Hi everybody, and welcome back to the Brace Law YouTube channel. Today we will be focusing on family law, which is another service that Brace Law offers. We will spend some time on separation agreement. So what is a separation agreement? Why is it important? What can we include in a separation agreement? And why you should have a separation agreement. When a relationship breaks down, whether it is a cohabitation or a marriage, the first thing that a couple should think about is perhaps to draft a separation agreement. So if you do not enter into a cohabitation or a marriage agreement, or as you may all know it as a prenup, prior to your marriage or cohabitation, then it is wise that when the relationship is broken down, you think about drafting a separation agreement. So a separation agreement, what it essentially is, it's a contract where you're pretty much laying out all of the terms that you and your partner want to agree on. And what are some of these terms? So some of the most important things that we include in a separation agreement are property. And by property, what I mean is the matrimonial home. So usually most couples, they own a home for a couple of years, and as per the family law rules, they're entitled 50-50 to the matrimonial home. Other things that you might want to consider are common assets. And some assets have quite a lot of value, and sometimes couples want to make sure that they share the value, or if one buys the other one out. Another thing is child custody. If children are involved in the marriage or cohabitation, it is very important to lay out a parenting schedule or to know who's going to have primary custody, or if it's going to be a shared custody between both parents. Other things that we include and that are also important is obviously spousal support, where we look at both spouses or common law partners, we look at their income, and we determine if there are any other financial entitlements as well. Now, depending on the case and depending on the facts of the case or circumstances of each client, there are other things that we also talk about and include into the separation agreement. But it is very important, and a lot of clients miss this, that even though you and your partner may separate amicably, you want to keep the courts out, you don't want to get as many lawyers involved, it's always good that if you decide on a separation agreement, you include everything, just so that in the future you are covered. People change, your amicable breakup may change as well. So it is very important that you have an agreement that you are both happy with, and you can always go back to should there ever dispute ever arise. Now, when it comes to drafting a separation agreement, it may take a while if things are not very straightforward, and this depends on the years of the relationship. So if it has been a long marriage or if it has been a long cohabitation, then perhaps there's a lot of assets, there's children involved, and there is some friction between both partners in terms of who has the children, who gets what, and how much they get, and in terms of support, whether it is child support or spousal support. And with that comes a lot of correspondence between counsels. And just like all counsels should, when a client walks into our office and they want a separation agreement, we should advise them of everything that they are entitled. So once you come into the office and you tell us your relationship story, you should be getting full advice that you deserve. But keep in mind that your partner is most likely getting the same in return. So there will be a lot of back and forth until a common understanding and a common separation agreement is reached. You might get a little bit frustrated during the process, but you have to understand that everything that is put into paper you agree with. So it's very important that you agree with all of the clauses before signing the separation agreement. Now, one partner may choose to just do it alone and not have a lawyer, but it is required, and the other partner's lawyer will advise that prior to signing the separation agreement, the partner that does not have a lawyer must at least receive independent legal advice, just so that they know what exactly it is that they're signing on. One last thing that is also very important that I will mention about the separation agreement is that prior to drafting a separation agreement and starting negotiations, the one thing that need to be disclosed are the finances. So the finances include bank accounts, loans, debts, lines of credits, notice of assessments for 3 years. So say, for example, if we were drafting a separation agreement today, I would need the notice of assessment from 2019, 2018, and 2017. And it is also important that both partners disclose the same type of documentation so that we understand what we're getting into prior to negotiation. Although there's more information that we discuss with the clients during the first consultation, I hope that at least you find this video helpful in understanding the importance of a separation agreement. Now, not everybody wants a separation agreement. However, it is something that you need to consider prior to getting involved in the court systems, because sometimes this way it's quicker, it's painful, but it's still easier and quicker, and it saves you a lot of money by not ending up losing everything in the courts and making the separation into a vicious battle. In any event, should you require more information, you can book a consultation with us through phone or via email at admin@bracelaw.ca, or you can go onto our website www.bracelaw.ca. Thank you so much for listening to this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.